I woke before sunrise, staring at the ceiling and smiling like an idiot. Today, I whispered. Today I finally marry Claire. My hands shook when I reached for the silver watch on my table. I had worn it every important day since I was 18. Somehow, this morning felt different, bigger, permanent. My mother knocked softly. "Are you awake?" "I haven't slept." She opened the door and laughed through her tears. "My son is getting married." "Why are you crying already?" "Because I remember you at 12, chasing Claire around the garden." I smiled. She always won. She still does. I looked down at my suit. Not today. My mother stepped closer and fixed my collar. "Ethan, are you happy?" "I've never been happier." "Then remember something. Marriage isn't about having a perfect life. It's about choosing each other when life becomes difficult." "I know." "Do you?" I nodded. I chose her a long time ago. That was true. Claire and I had grown up together. We had survived school, arguments, distance, and years when everything seemed determined to pull us apart. Noah burst through the door. "Move aside, everyone. The groom is finally becoming responsible." I laughed. "You are the last person qualified to say that. I'm your younger brother. I have standards. You borrowed my car yesterday and returned it with an empty fuel tank. Minor detail." My mother shook her head. "Both of you stop." Noah grinned. "Claire is going to regret marrying into this family. She already knows what she's getting." I glanced at my phone. No message. That was strange. Claire had promised to call me before the ceremony. I dialed her. Straight to voicemail. I frowned. She's probably getting ready. Noah noticed my face. "What's wrong?" "Nothing." She isn't answering. My mother touched my arm. "Give her a few minutes." I tried again. Nothing. 20 minutes later, my best man came running into the room. "Ethan, have you seen Claire?" "No." "Why?" "She isn't in the bridal room." My stomach tightened. "What do you mean?" "I mean she's gone." "No." I pushed past him. "Ethan, wait." I ran toward Claire's room. Her dress was gone, but her phone sat on the table. Her wedding ring was beside it. "No." I whispered. My mother arrived behind me. "Ethan." I picked up the phone. She wouldn't leave this. Noah entered and saw the ring. "What happened?" "I don't know." I found a folded piece of paper underneath the ring. My fingers trembled as I opened it. Asterisk, "Ethan, I'm sorry. I can't marry you. I've chosen another life. Please don't look for me." Asterisk. I read it twice. Then again. This isn't real. Noah grabbed the paper. "What does it say?" "Give it back." "Ethan." "Give it back." My voice cracked. I called Claire again. This time, she answered. "Claire." Silence. "Where are you?" "I'm sorry." "Come back." "I can't." "Why?" "I made my choice." "What choice?" "I can't marry you, Ethan." I closed my eyes. "After everything?" "I know." "Then explain it." "I don't know how." "Tell me you don't love me." Silence. "Claire, say it." "I have to go." "Claire." The call ended. My mother hugged me, but I couldn't feel her arms. Noah clenched his fists. "I'm finding her." "No." "She humiliated you." I said no. "You're going to stand here and do nothing?" I looked toward the wedding hall. Hundreds of guests were waiting for me. I have to go out there. "Ethan." "I can't let everyone wait." I walked to the altar alone. Every face turned toward me. I kept expecting the doors to open. They never did. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I opened the message. Asterisk, stop looking for Claire. She chose Daniel. Asterisk. My breath stopped. Daniel Hayes. The man Claire once called only a friend. I remembered every time she had said his name and told me not to worry. I had trusted her without question. Now that trust felt like a knife. I looked at the empty doorway and wondered how long she had planned this betrayal before this morning. I stared at the screen until the words blurred. She didn't just leave me. She erased our entire future. 3 days after my wedding, I was still checking my phone constantly. "She'll call." I told Noah. He stared at me. Ethan, she left you at the altar. She was scared. She left with another man. You don't know that. I saw the message. I looked away. Maybe she regrets it. Noah sat beside me. You need to stop waiting. I can't. You can. You just don't want to. My phone buzzed. I grabbed it so quickly that Noah flinched. It was a news notification. I opened it. My chest tightened. There was Claire. She was standing beside Daniel on a beach, smiling beneath the sun. Another picture showed them at an expensive restaurant. The caption called them a surprise new power couple. I stared at the screen. Noah whispered, Ethan, I thought she was scared. She looks pretty comfortable. Stop. I locked my phone. My mother entered. Have you eaten? I'm not hungry. You haven't eaten since yesterday. I'll eat later. She sat across from me. You can't keep doing this. Doing what? Waiting for someone who has already made her choice. I swallowed hard. She promised me. I know. She said she'd never leave. I know. Then how can she look happy? My mother had no answer. The next afternoon, my aunt visited. I heard you're doing better, she said carefully. I almost laughed. Who told you that? Your mother? I haven't told her anything. My aunt touched my shoulder. I'm sorry. That word followed me everywhere. At the grocery store, a neighbor said, You'll find someone better. At work, an old friend whispered, Don't worry, man. Karma catches everyone. Even people who barely knew me looked at me with pity. I stopped leaving the house. One night, Noah pulled my curtains open. Get dressed. Why? We're going out. No, you need air. I need Claire. Noah's expression hardened. No, Ethan, you need yourself. I looked at him. He lowered his voice. Don't let what she did turn you into someone you hate. I said nothing. Then my phone rang. Claire. My heart slammed against my ribs. Noah saw the name. Don't. I answered anyway. Claire. Hi. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Where are you? I'm with Daniel. I closed my eyes. Are you happy? I don't know. Then come home. I can't. Why? I need time. Time for what? To understand what I want. You had years to understand. I know. My voice shook. Do you regret leaving me? Silence. Claire, I regret hurting you. That wasn't my question. I don't know what to say. Was I ever enough for you? She breathed slowly. Ethan, just answer me. You were good to me. Good to you? You gave me everything. But... She stayed silent. I understood. But Daniel can give me opportunities you can't. The room felt cold. What opportunities? A different life. Connections. Security. A future I couldn't have with you. I laughed once, but there was nothing funny about it. So that's what I was worth. That isn't what I meant. It is exactly what you meant. I need time. No. What? You've had enough time. Ethan, please. No. I'm done waiting. I ended the call. My hand shook as I opened her contact. Noah watched me. Are you sure? No. Then don't do it while you're angry. I've been angry for 3 days. I pressed delete. Claire's name disappeared from my phone. For a moment, I felt empty. Then I remembered something my father had written in a letter years before he died. I opened the drawer and found it. The handwriting was familiar. I read the sentence again. When someone walks away from you, don't spend your life standing at the door. My eyes burned. Noah stood beside me. What are you thinking? I think I'm finally leaving. Leaving where? This town. For how long? I don't know. What's waiting for you out there? I folded the letter carefully. Nothing. Then I looked toward the window. And that's why I need to go. Noah nodded. You're not running from Claire? I shook my head. No. I'm running toward the man I should have become without her. For days, I put my phone away without checking for her name. I packed one small bag before midnight. Tomorrow, I would leave my hometown. I would leave the wedding alone, the photographs, the whispers, and every place that reminded me of Claire. I couldn't change what she had chosen, but I could finally choose myself. 3 years had passed since I left my hometown. I still remembered Claire, but I no longer waited for her messages. That difference mattered. "Ethan, you're going to miss the meeting." I looked up. Liam stood in my office doorway, holding 2 coffees. I was working. "You were staring at the same screen for 10 minutes. I was thinking, that sounds expensive. Drink this." I took the coffee. "How bad is the report?" "Good. Just good. Very good. We made our first million." I stared at him. "You're serious?" "I've never been more serious." Liam dropped into the chair across from me. "Remember when we started with 1 laptop and a broken printer? I remember you saying the printer was temporary." "It was temporary. It died 3 months later. It had character." I laughed for the first time in years. Success didn't feel like revenge. I wasn't building my company to prove Claire had made a mistake. I was building it because I wanted a life that belonged to me. Liam studied me. "You're smiling. Am I not allowed?" "You are. I'm just checking." "Checking what?" "That you're not secretly planning to destroy someone." I frowned. "I don't think about Claire anymore." "You didn't say her name." I froze. Liam raised both hands. "Exactly. I'm fine." "I know." "No, you don't." "I do. You work 12 hours a day, avoid dating, and change the subject whenever anyone mentions your hometown." I looked away. "That's not healing," he said. "Then what is?" "Learning that one person can hurt you without becoming the center of your life." Before I could answer, Maya walked in. "Am I interrupting?" "No," I said. Liam stood. Perfect timing. "Tell him he's emotionally impossible." Maya looked at me. "He's emotionally impossible." "See, you too are terrible." Maya placed a folder on my desk. "Client documents." "Thank you." She didn't leave. "What?" "You haven't eaten." "I had coffee." "That isn't food." "Coffee has calories." Maya stared at me. I sighed. "Fine." She smiled. "Progress." Liam pointed at her. "That's why she runs this office better than we do." "I don't run anything." "You run, Ethan." Maya laughed. "Nobody runs Ethan." I said, "Finally, someone understands." Maya became quiet. "Ethan, can I ask you something?" "Sure. Why don't you date?" I leaned back. "Because I don't want to." That wasn't an answer. "It is." "Are you afraid?" I looked at her. "Of what?" "Trusting someone again." The question hit harder than I expected. "I don't know." Maya nodded. "That's more honest." "I don't want to become bitter." "Then don't." "It's easier said than done." "Maybe, but being hurt doesn't mean everyone is dangerous." I smiled faintly. "You sound like my mother." "Your mother sounds smart." "She is." Maya picked up her folder, then listened to her. After she left, Liam sat beside me. "You know she's right." "I know." "Then stop punishing yourself for something Claire did." I looked at the city outside my window. "I don't hate Claire." "That matters." "I just don't want her back." "That matters more." Across the country, I knew nothing about what was happening in Claire's life. I didn't know Daniel's company was losing money. I didn't know arguments had replaced their perfect photographs. I didn't know Claire had started searching my name late at night. I only knew my own life, and that was enough. That afternoon, an email arrived. Liam opened it first. "Ethan." "What?" "You need to see this." He turned the laptop toward me. I read the invitation. "Annual Meridian Business Summit." "Yes." I scanned the details. Then I saw the competing company. Hayes Global. Liam nodded. "Victor Hayes." I stared at the name. "Daniel's father?" "Yes." I closed the laptop. "I don't want anything to do with them." Liam shook his head. "This isn't about Claire." "I know." "Then go." I hesitated. "What if I see her?" "You won't." "How do you know?" "Because 3 years is a long time." I looked at the invitation again. "Maybe you're right." The night of the event, I walked into the hotel ballroom wearing my suit. Maya stood beside me. Nervous? No. Liar. I hate crowds. You hate uncertainty. Maybe. The doors opened. Music filled the room. I took one step inside. Then I stopped. My heart forgot how to beat. Across the ballroom, I saw a woman I had spent 3 years trying not to remember. Claire. I whispered her name. Claire. I stood frozen across the ballroom. Ethan. I knew that voice. I turned fully toward her. Claire. She walked closer, but I barely recognized her. Her face looked tired, her eyes swollen, and the confidence I remembered was gone. I didn't know you'd be here. I didn't know you'd be here either. She swallowed. Can we talk? I don't think that's a good idea. Please. I looked toward Maya. She nodded quietly. I'll be nearby, she said. I followed Claire toward an empty hallway. She stopped. I'm sorry. I crossed my arms. For what? For everything. That covers a lot. I know. Then be specific. Claire looked down. I hurt you. You abandoned me. I know. You left me standing at our wedding. I know. You didn't even explain. I was afraid. Afraid of what? She took a shaky breath. My life with Daniel. I stared at her. You married him. Yes. Then why are you talking about him like you were trapped? Because I almost laughed. You chose him. I thought I was choosing my future. And now I know what I threw away. I said nothing. Claire wiped her eyes. Daniel used my name for his business deals. He opened accounts I didn't control. He put debts in my name. When things went wrong, he blamed me. Why didn't you leave? I tried. And he threatened me. My jaw tightened. What did he threaten? My reputation, my family, everything. I looked away. You had a perfect life. No, that is what everyone saw. It wasn't perfect. Then why did you smile in those photographs? Because Daniel told me to. That answer hurt more than I expected. Claire stepped closer. I came back because I finally understand. Understand what? That you were the only person who loved me without asking for anything. I shook my head. Don't say things like that. Why? Because you don't get to come back after 3 years and decide what our love means. I know. No, you don't. She started crying. I think about you every day. I stopped thinking about you every day. She looked at me when... I don't remember. That seemed to break her. Did you ever love me? I stared at her for several seconds. I loved you enough to marry you. Her lips trembled. And now, I just don't know if I love the woman standing in front of me anymore. She covered her mouth. I wanted to comfort her. I didn't. I have to go. Ethan, please. I hope you find peace, Claire. I walked away. Outside, Maya waited. You okay? No. She nodded. You don't have to pretend. I don't want to forgive her. Then don't. What if seeing her brings everything back? It probably will. I looked at her. That's what scares me. Maya touched my arm. Then, don't let her return to decide who you become. I nodded. That night, my phone rang from an unknown number. Hello? Ethan? Who is this? My name is Sophia. I sat up. Claire's sister? Yes. Why are you calling me? Because Claire didn't tell you everything. My stomach tightened. What are you talking about? I mean the wedding. I already know why she left. No, you don't. Then tell me. Sophia's voice became quiet. Claire didn't leave because she stopped loving you. I couldn't breathe. Then why? Because Daniel's family threatened your life. I stood up. What? Victor Hayes told Claire that if she married you, you would pay for it. Why would they threaten me? I don't know everything. You'd better start telling me. I will. Sophia paused. But Ethan... What? Claire wasn't the only person who made that choice. My grip tightened around the phone. What does that mean? It means someone else made sure she believed leaving you was the only way to keep you alive. I stared into the darkness. For 3 years, I had believed Claire simply chose another man. Now I wondered whether I had ever known the truth at all. I met Sophia the next morning at a quiet cafe near my office. Start from the beginning, I said. She placed a folder on the table. Victor Hayes discovered Claire was planning to marry you. Why did he care? Because your company had started competing with one of his businesses. That was 3 years ago. My company barely existed. Victor didn't know that. He saw your potential. I opened the folder. What did he threaten? Your job first, then your mother's house. My fingers tightened. And me? Sophia looked down. He told Claire that accidents happen when people ignore warnings. My stomach turned. Did Daniel know? Yes. And he helped him? He convinced Claire that leaving you was the only way to keep you alive. I pushed the folder away. So she sacrificed me. She thought she was saving you. She should have told me. I know. No, Sophia. She stole my choice. I left the cafe and called Claire. Where are you? Ethan, I need the truth. About what? Victor. Silence answered first. Then Claire whispered. You talked to Sophia? Yes. I wanted to tell you. When? I don't know. Before or after I spent 3 years believing you never loved me? Ethan, please. Did Victor threaten my mother? Yes. My job? Yes. My life? Claire began crying. Yes. I closed my eyes. Why didn't you tell me? Because I was terrified. You could have trusted me. I couldn't risk losing you. You already lost me. I thought you would hate me. I did. She stopped breathing for a moment, but I thought hatred was better than your funeral. I felt anger rising through me. Don't use fear to make this noble. I know I made the wrong choice. You didn't make a choice for yourself. You made it for me. I thought I was protecting you. You stole my right to decide whether I wanted to fight. Claire sobbed. I was scared. So was I. I didn't know what else to do. You could have told me. I couldn't. You could have trusted me. I know. I stared at the wall. Fear explains what you did. It doesn't excuse it. I understand. I don't think you do. She whispered. What can I do? Tell me everything. Claire told me about Victor's threats, Daniel's pressure, and the documents she signed. When the call ended, I sat alone for several minutes. Then Liam rushed into my office. Ethan, we have a problem. What happened? 3 clients canceled. Why? They received reports accusing us of financial misconduct. That makes no sense. I know. He placed documents in front of me. Look at the companies involved. I scanned the names. Hayes Global. Liam nodded. There's more. He opened another file. Someone has been moving money through shell companies connected to Victor. Can we prove it? Maybe. I stared at the evidence. What happens if we expose him? His company could collapse. And employees? Thousands could lose their jobs. I leaned back. For years, I had imagined revenge would feel satisfying. Now I understood the difference between revenge and justice. Don't release anything yet. Liam looked surprised. You're sure? Yes. I thought you wanted Victor destroyed. I want the truth exposed. I don't want innocent people destroyed with him. Liam nodded slowly. Then we need to be careful. My phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number appeared. You should have stayed away from the Hayes family. I showed Liam. His expression changed. Ethan, what? He locked the office door. This isn't about Claire anymore. I stared at him. Victor is coming after you. I looked at the message again. I spent years thinking Claire was the person who ruined my life. Liam pulled out a chair. Maybe she was only the first piece. Then Victor is the real enemy. Probably. I stood and walked toward the window. What do we have? Enough to investigate, not enough to destroy him. Then we investigate. Liam nodded. And Claire? I turned around. What about her? She might have evidence. I'll ask her. You trust her? No. Then why ask? Because trust isn't required to find the truth. Liam smiled faintly. That's the Ethan I was hoping to see. I looked down at my hands. I still hate what she did. You're allowed to. I just won't let hatred make my decisions. Good. My phone buzzed again. Another message appeared. Walk away while you still can. I showed Liam. He read it twice. Should we call the police? Not yet. Why? Because if Victor is watching me, I want to know what he does next. Liam frowned. That could be dangerous. I know. I deleted the message. Then we make sure he regrets underestimating me. Liam picked up the files. Tomorrow? Tonight. He smiled. That's my partner. For the first time since Claire returned, I wasn't thinking about the woman who had left me. I was thinking about the man who had decided my life was his to control. By the end of the week, I had lost 3 major clients. Then came the 4th. Liam dropped another email onto my desk. That's it. What? Our investors are pulling out. I stared at him. How much? Enough to put us in serious trouble. I leaned back. Victor. Definitely Victor. I looked at the headlines on my computer. Fraud. Hidden accounts. Unstable leadership. All lies. They're destroying my reputation. I know. My phone rang. Claire. I rejected the call. Liam watched me. You should answer. No. Why? Because I don't need her rescuing me. That isn't what she said. I know what she's going to offer. The phone rang again. I answered. What? Ethan, I heard about the company. I can handle it. I want to help. No, you haven't even heard me. I don't need your money. I wasn't talking about money. What then? I have savings. I can give you enough to survive until this ends. I laughed bitterly. I don't need you saving me again. Claire went silent. That's not fair. Maybe not. I'm trying to make things right. You can't. I know. I ended the call. Maya entered a few minutes later. You look terrible. Thank you. I mean it. Victor is trying to destroy everything I built, and you're trying to destroy yourself helping him. I looked at her. What does that mean? You refuse Claire's help because you're afraid it makes you weak. I don't need her. Maybe you don't. Exactly. But accepting help isn't the same as needing someone. I said nothing. Maya sat down. You spent years proving you could survive without Claire. You don't have to prove it every day. Her words stayed with me. That evening, Liam called me into the conference room. Look. He placed several documents across the table. What am I seeing? Payments between Victor's shell companies. I studied the numbers. These aren't random. No, they're connected. To what? Government contracts, loans, and companies that suddenly received huge payments. I looked up. Fraud. Exactly. Can we prove Victor controls them? Not yet. The door opened. Sophia walked in. I think I can help. I turned. With what? She placed a box on the table. Claire kept these. Why? Because she was afraid Daniel would find them. I opened the box. Contracts. Bank records. Emails. My hand stopped. Where did she get these? She copied everything before Daniel could erase it. Liam scanned the papers. This is enough to start a legal case. I looked at Sophia. Why didn't Claire give these to me? She was afraid you would use them against Victor. She was right. Sophia shook her head. She was afraid of losing you again. I closed the box. Tell Claire thank you. You won't tell her yourself? Not yet. The next morning, Daniel came to my office. I stared at him. You have 5 minutes. He sat down. Your company is collapsing. Did you come to celebrate? No. Then talk. He leaned forward. Walk away. I almost smiled. From what? The investigation. Why? You know why. I looked into his eyes. You're afraid. His jaw tightened. Don't make this personal. You made it personal 3 years ago. Daniel lowered his voice. If you continue, Claire will disappear from your life permanently. She already disappeared once. I can make sure you never see her again. I studied him. You're terrified. I don't know what you're talking about. You aren't protecting yourself. I stood. You're protecting Victor. Daniel's expression changed. That was enough. I understood everything. You're afraid the truth comes out. He stood too. Think carefully. I have. What will you gain? Justice. You could lose your company. Maybe you could lose everything. I looked at him. I already lost everything once. I opened the door. This time, I'm not standing alone. Daniel left. Liam walked in. You okay? Yes. Are we going public? I looked at the evidence. Yes. You understand what happens next? I do. Victor will fight. Let him. Maya stepped into the room. Are you sure? I nodded. For the first time, I spent the afternoon preparing everything for the lawyers. No revenge. No threats. Only evidence. Then Liam found one final document. Ethan. What? You need to see this. He placed it in front of me. I read the signature. My heart stopped. Claire's name. What is this? A document from the original scheme. I read the details again. Claire had signed an agreement helping Victor hide the first transfer. I slowly lowered the paper. She knew. Liam said nothing. I stared at her signature. The truth had finally arrived, and somehow it hurt more than the wedding day. I placed the document on Claire's table. Is this your signature? She looked at it. Yes. My chest tightened. You knew. I knew some of it. Some. I signed one agreement. You helped Victor. I thought I was protecting you. I slammed my hand against the table. Protecting me? Claire flinched. You destroyed my life. I know. No, you don't know. My voice echoed through the room. You decided I wasn't worth trusting. You decided I couldn't protect myself. You decided I should lose everything without even telling me why. I was afraid. So was I. I thought Victor would hurt you. You didn't save me. You decided my life for me. Claire began crying. I thought I was saving you. You weren't. I was scared. And I spent 3 years believing you left because you loved someone else. I never stopped loving you. That doesn't make it better. I know. I pushed the document toward her. What exactly did you sign? A transfer agreement. Victor needed my name on it. He said if I refused, he would make sure you suffered. And you believed him? Yes. Why didn't you tell me? Because Daniel convinced me you would fight Victor. I would have. I know that now. You should have known me then. Claire covered her face. I was wrong. I stared at her. For years, I had imagined this moment. I had imagined screaming at her, watching her suffer, and feeling satisfied. Instead, I felt tired. I'm going to tell the lawyers everything. Her eyes widened. You can't. I can. That could destroy me. You helped destroy me. I know. I won't lie to protect you. She nodded slowly. Then tell them. Before the hearing, I met Liam outside courthouse. You don't have to go through. I do. Even if Claire goes down with Victor? Yes. Why? Because the truth cannot depend on who I want to protect. Liam studied me. You've changed. I changed. He nodded. Just remember, justice isn't the same as punishment. I know. And if Claire is punished, let it be because of her choices, not because you need her to suffer. I looked toward the courthouse doors. I understand. Then I walked inside. The trial began weeks later. Victor's lawyers attacked my company, my reputation, and my character. Then Daniel testified. I watched him enter the courtroom. His attorney asked, "Why are you testifying against your father?" Daniel answered, "Because I finally understood that he was willing to destroy everyone to save himself." Victor shouted, "You ungrateful son." I remained silent. Daniel continued, "My father threatened Ethan because he believed Ethan's company would become powerful." The room became still. And Claire? Daniel looked toward her. She was afraid, but she also made choices. I won't lie for her anymore. Claire lowered her head. When she was called to testify, I felt my hands tighten. She sat down. The lawyer asked, "Did you sign this agreement?" "Yes." "Did you understand what it contained?" Not completely. Did you know it would help Victor? I knew it could. Why did you sign? Claire took a breath. Because I believe I could protect Ethan. The lawyer asked, do you blame Victor? Claire looked toward him. No. I stared at her. She continued, I blame him for threatening us. But I also blame myself for making decisions without Ethan's knowledge. Her voice shook. I abandoned the man I loved because I was afraid. Then I made another choice that gave Victor more power. I cannot change that. The judge eventually ruled against Victor. His companies face investigations, lawsuits, and criminal charges. Outside the courthouse, reporters surrounded us. Ethan, do you have anything to say? I looked at the cameras. Yes. I paused. I didn't come here for revenge. I came here because the truth mattered. Someone asked, are you happy that Claire lost everything? I shook my head. No. Claire stood nearby. I didn't smile. I didn't celebrate. I simply walked away. Maya caught up with me. You okay? I thought I'd feel victorious. And I don't. Maybe that's a good thing. I looked back at the courthouse. If I had destroyed Claire just because she hurt me, I'd still be living for her. Maya nodded. I don't want that anymore. Later that evening, Claire called. Ethan? Yes. Can I see you? I hesitated. Tomorrow. We met outside my office. Claire looked exhausted. I don't expect forgiveness. Good. I don't expect another chance. Good. She nodded. I don't want you to take me back. I just want you to know that I am finally sorry. I looked at her for a long moment. I believe you, she cried. I didn't hug her. I didn't need to. For the first time, letting go felt stronger than holding on. 6 months had passed since the courthouse. My company was stronger than ever, but my life had become quieter. One evening, Maya sat across from me at my apartment. You're smiling again, she said. Is that a problem? No, I'm just getting used to it. I laughed. You make me sound difficult. You were difficult. Was very. I looked at her. I'm still afraid. Of me? No, of losing what I've rebuilt. Maya reached across the table. You don't have to promise me forever. I know. Just promise me you'll stop punishing yourself for what happened. I nodded. I'll try. Rain began tapping against the windows. Then someone knocked. 3 slow knocks. I stood. Were you expecting anyone? No. I walked to the door and opened it. My breath caught. Claire. She stood in the hallway, soaked by the rain. For several seconds, I couldn't speak. Maya quietly stood behind me. I'll wait in the bedroom, she said. Thank you. Claire looked at me. Can I come in? I stepped aside. She entered slowly. You look different, I said. So do you? I meant. I know. She looked around my apartment. This is a nice place. It's home. I remember when you used to say you wanted one. I finally built one. Claire smiled sadly. I can see that. She held a small box. What is that? I brought something that belongs to you. She opened it. My old wedding ring sat inside. I stared at it. I thought you lost it. I kept it. Why? I couldn't throw it away. She closed the box. I also found something else. She pulled out an envelope. My heart stopped when I saw the handwriting. My father's letter. Yes. How did you get this? It was in a box with my old things. You kept this too? I didn't know what to do with it. I took the envelope carefully. Why bring it now? Because keeping it felt wrong. I looked at her. Why did you come here, Claire? She took a breath. Not to ask for another chance. I said nothing. I don't want anything from you. Then why? To return what belongs to you. She placed the box in my hand. And to say goodbye properly. I looked down at the ring. For years, I imagined you coming back. I know. I imagined you'd ask me to take you back. I thought about it. And I realized that wouldn't be fair. To me, to both of us. I closed my fingers around the box. Do you still love me? Claire's eyes filled with tears. I will always love the person you were. She paused. But I know I no longer have a place in your life. I looked away. That hurts. I know. I wanted to hate you. You had every right. I tried. Did it work? I shook my head. No. Claire smiled through her tears. I never wanted your hatred. You earned it. I know. Rain continued against the windows. I opened the envelope but didn't read it. I blamed you for years. You should have. I blamed myself too. Why? Because I thought if I had been better, you would have stayed. Claire immediately shook her head. No, I know that now. She stepped closer. You were never the reason I left. But I was the person you left. Yes, that simple answer hurt, but it no longer destroyed me. I forgive you, I whispered. Claire covered her mouth. You don't have to. I know. I don't deserve it. Maybe not. She laughed softly through tears. Still stubborn. Still. We stood silently for a moment. Then Claire moved toward the door. Goodbye, Ethan. Goodbye, Claire. She opened the door. Take care of yourself. You too. She walked into the rain. I closed the door and stood there alone. Maya came back quietly. You okay? I looked at the box in my hand. I think so. You don't have to say anything. I know. I opened the box. The wedding ring rested in my palm. For 1 second, I imagined putting it on. Then I closed my hand. I didn't need it anymore. I sat beside the window and finally opened my father's letter. My tears came before I finished reading. I wasn't crying because I wanted Claire back. I was crying because, after all these years, I had finally let her go. For the first time, goodbye did not feel like losing someone. It felt like finding myself. I read my father's letter 3 times that night. His final words stayed with me. Never measure your worth by who stays. I whispered. I closed my eyes. For years, I had believed being abandoned meant I wasn't enough. Now I understood. The next morning, I met Maya at my favorite cafe. You look different, she said. I feel different. Good different. Peaceful different. She smiled. What happened? I finally stopped asking why Claire left. And what are you asking now? What I want next. Maya leaned back. And what do you want? I took a breath. A life where I don't live afraid of losing someone. She studied me. That's a big answer. I know. Are you saying you want a relationship? Maybe someday. Someday? I don't want to rush anything. She smiled. That's probably the healthiest thing you said. I laughed. I learned. From pain. Mostly. She reached across the table. Then don't turn that pain into walls. I looked at her hand. I won't. Months passed. My company opened its new office downtown. I stood beside my mother while employees gathered around us. She squeezed my arm. Your father would be proud. I hope so. He would. I smiled. Mom. Yes. Do you remember when I thought my life was over? She laughed softly. You wouldn't leave your bedroom. I know. You barely ate. I know. And you kept saying Claire would come back. I looked at the new building. I was wrong. No, my mother said. You were hurt. I turned toward her. What changed? You did. I hugged her. Thank you. For what? For staying. She pulled back. I was never going anywhere. Those words didn't scare me anymore. My phone buzzed. I looked at the screen. Claire, one final message. Asterisk, thank you for forgiving me. I know I no longer belong in your life. I hope you become everything you were meant to be. Asterisk. I read it once. Then again. Maya glanced over. Are you okay? Yes. Are you going to answer? I shook my head. No. Why? Because forgiveness doesn't mean reopening the door. I deleted the message. Not angrily. Not bitterly. Peacefully. That evening, I returned to the old building where my wedding reception had been supposed to happen. I stood outside for a long time. Maya had asked if I wanted her to come. I told her no. This moment belonged to me. I reached into my pocket and touched the old wedding ring. I still kept it, but it no longer represented failure. It represented a chapter one had survived. I looked at the building. Once, I had stood there wondering how I could live without Claire. Now I wondered why I had ever believed my life depended on one person. I smiled. I survived. The wind moved through the empty street. I remember the man I had been that morning. A man waiting for someone who had already chosen to leave. I wasn't that man anymore. I had learned something painful. Love could be real and still end. Forgiveness could be honest without becoming reconciliation. And being abandoned could hurt without destroying me. I looked at the ring one last time. I choose my life. Then I put it back into my pocket and walked away. I didn't look behind me. She left me on the day I thought my life was beginning. Years later, she knocked on my door when I had finally learned the truth. My life had never ended. It had only been waiting for me to choose it.